Just out and about, walking, going to the store. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Nadia. Hope everyone's doing good. Just want to do a show. And I'll finish when I get back. Hello, can you hear me? Hey, Jessica. Is that Jessica? What Jessica is that? Is that Jessica? Hey, oh my God, the original Jessica from the very first one. Hello, darling. Hello. This person that's on with us was the very first viewer I ever had, Jessica. Jessica Campbell. Melissa, hey, another one from the early days. Wow. I hope you have your questions ready. Sorry I'm a little late. You know how it is. How's this filter? You missed me? Hi, Trevor. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to make it as fun as possible. So we're going to, answer everything, whatever you want. Can anyone check and see if I have this set to the public? I want to make sure that, because I want everyone to come in. Everyone. I thought I told you I was putting it all over my page. So in Baltimore, in Maryland, tonight, we had a blackout, and I was in the midst of putting my hair in. So half my hair is over. It was a disaster. It's been a disaster the whole day long. I was supposed to have a helper. I was supposed to have a cameraman. Nothing. Let's see. Let me bring some more people. I'm just inviting people. Come on, people. Don't flake out on me. Give it to me. Give it to me hard. I can handle it. You know I like it hard. Hey, Melissa, I just invited you. I hope this is set to the public. I want to check, but then I'm going to go off the air and everybody's going to think that I've left. Hello, Dave. Hi. So, a little history for those of you that don't know. I think most of the people in here know. Hill Jane Unfiltered was a web show that I did on Facebook from 2017 to 2018. I interviewed celebrities, like not A-list or anything like that, but people I liked. Makeup tutorials. I talked about my life, and it did really, really well. It was very popular on Facebook. And then one day, I went to CC's Pizza, a pizzeria in Kannapolis, North Carolina, and got treated like shit, and I did a PSA. Yes, you should, Melissa. Roger says, are you a tranny? Are you a man? Well, yes, I am a tranny. I'm a female, but I'm a female who happens to be transsexual. And you asked me that before, and I told you the answer. So, anyway, I did a PSA on CC's Pizza and how I got treated. And good God almighty, you would have thought the rapture had come in. Jesus Christ had arrived. The thing... They let me have it. The people let me have it, but it brought me a lot of attention. And so I did a show on 2 years. Occasionally I would do a PSA. Mostly I was just, you know, doing things that I liked. I kept getting in trouble on Facebook. And so I left Facebook, the show, and took it to YouTube. And it just bombed. It just bombed. I didn't get the... Where I would have 30,000 views here, 20,000, I would get like 150, 98, something like that. It never took off. And YouTube is where you want it to take off. But it never did for me. So, you know. Hi, Julius. Hey. Hello to everybody. So that's the history of Hill Jane Unfiltered. Because people are like, what the hell is Hill Jane Unfiltered? Some people watching and that are going to be tuning in may be familiar with me as a character by the name of Countess Cherie. Countess Cherie is the name I go by when I'm webcamming on cam4.com. Cherie is the name I go by when I'm making or doing or have done an amateur adult entertainment film video. That's not this. I'm not going to get nude. I'm not going to, you know, be doing anything. If you've ever seen any of that work, particularly the webcam, a lot of it's tongue-in-cheek anyway. I never really... I try to put on a show. I try to have fun. So anyway. So, there's an argument going on about being called transsexual and being called tranny. Oh. How about female? Call me female. That's what I am. And if you'd like to see my Maryland ID, I can show that to you. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Derek. Oh, horn dog. Michelle, I'm so glad you joined me. I know you got to get to work in a little bit. I love you too. Michelle's another one, who was with me since the beginning. See, that's the thing, is that you love, oh my goodness. Jessica says she loves watching webcam girls. I like that too. Goddess is better. Goddess is better. Or Countess, because I'm counting this. Do I agree? Well, I grew up with, listen, when I started, we were transies. We were called transies. Yeah, I like being called Goddess. But really, he's asked me that before, so I'm not quite sure why he came here to, did he think he was going to embarrass me? You're looking at someone right now who absolutely has no shame. I have no shame whatsoever. If you ask me anything, I will answer it truthfully. It is what it is. The truth will set you free. Have I ever dated or fucked a celebrity? Yes, I have. I didn't date him, but I did have sex with him. And the first thing I'm going to say is I had him before Jenna Jameson had him. Well, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. So that's a hint. See if you can guess who it is. I had him before Jenna Jameson had him. Think of it. Jenna Jameson, the super adult film star. Who else may I've had that y'all may have known about? That y'all may know of? A lot of sports people that I don't know who they are. How big am I downstairs? Thank you, Michelle. How big am I downstairs? Almost non-exempt. I get my surgery next year. I had part of it last year. So it's, no, I'm female. COVID ruined a lot of things, including I got my orchiectomy in November of 2019, and I got my, was supposed to be scheduled for August, but COVID happened. Michelle says, no, I don't get like that, and I don't produce testosterone whatsoever. So that's why the estrogen is really kicking my ass now. Michelle says, am I doing better since the breakup? By the way, his loss. I'm doing much better. I don't know if you have individual questions about anything in particular, I will answer it. I know that video that I posted about when I was doing, when I was packing and everything, or that was all real. I just totally let go. I miss having a male. This room is really lonely. This house is really lonely at night in particular. You know, I love the company of a man. I love testosterone. But I don't miss him. I don't have a lot of nice things to say about that person. He took me for the ride of my life. Those of you from Concord, North Carolina know who I used to be involved with. And this particular person was a better actor than that guy in Concord. Derek says, oh, look at my cute little nose. Derek says the biggest dick I have ever played with. One of my ex-boyfriends from Concord was 14 inches. So, we just had someone named David joining us. Hey, David. So many people are watching right now that were with me from the beginning when I first started this in 2017, and I'm so glad you guys joined in, and, you know, it's so good. I mean, I think almost all of you are, and I really appreciate it, and, you know, your friendship and your kindness, your support means a lot. When I was going through what I was going through a few weeks ago, you know, I was being bombarded every day with messages and phone calls telling me how ugly I was, how this, you know. That particular person called my job, because I had a day job. I had stopped all this. I had stopped all the adult entertainment. I had a job. He called my job and talked to the girls who answered the phone, who took orders and stuff, and told them extremely invasive things about me. Well, you want to know what he told them I was a lousy lay. He told them that I had a dick but didn't have an ant. You know, that I fucked guys. Well, those girls were 16 years old. And those 16-year-old girls went home and told their mother. And Mom called the management. The next day I went into work, and they met with me, brought me in the back office, like I was being reprimanded, and I was. And they said that I was a liability rather than an asset. And I lost my job. Maryland is an at-will state, and there was nothing I can do. And I actually I totally agreed with them. So that person caused me to lose my job. And then he just called me the other morning at 2:45 in the morning asking me how I was. And I said, I'm doing really great since you ruined my life. I didn't ruin your life. I said, yeah, he doesn't accept what he did. You want to know why he did all this? He went back to his ex, and he was going to go back to his ex all this time anyway, but he needed a reason to be mad at me, to leave me. I got sick with a really bad stomach flu. And he went to get my medicine, and he was gone 7 hours. So I knew where he was. I knew he was at her place. I texted her, and I said, could you please tell Mr. So-and-so to please bring Miss Mansfield's medications? And that's why he dumped me, because she found out my last name. And supposedly, through finding out my last name, she was able to find out that I was with him. Well, she knew I was with him. I'd sent her a porno when we had been through this before of he and I. Hey, Donnie, how are you? I know, Derek. It's okay. A lot of these guys that are going to be coming in, y'all, you know, some of them, you know, this is the way that they talk, you know, sexual and everything, and it's cool. It's cool. As long as they're not sending me dick pics, I'm down. I just don't like to get dick pics. I just wonder, do they think adult entertainer has never seen a dick before? Well, I have. Y'all didn't guess who that was, that the celebrity that I had, you know, Derek, you asked me what celebrity I had been with. You didn't guess who it was. I had him before Jenna Jameson. Who was Jenna Jameson famously engaged to? Didn't they even have a reality show? John Cena. I had John Cena. Who else is there? A lot of models. Y'all probably wouldn't know the models. I'm doing good, Donnie. Thank you. Doing good. Doing real good. Put the camera up a little bit. You can't see my face? Oh. Well, we got to fix that. Okay, how about now? Yes, the wrestler. I might need to find another, 'filter. Can you see it? 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 Can you I'm going to fix the filter. I'll be right back. Let's see. Ooh, like that. How is it now? Is it better? Yes, I did. And he had long hair at the time. Very sweet. Atlanta had a lot. I knew a lot of girls that were with. I was number of sports stars. I couldn't tell you who. I wouldn't know the first. You know, they love the girls in Atlanta. It's a mecca. Perfect. Okay, good. So I'm leaning up against the wall because my track is popping out. Remember I told you that I was doing my hair and then the see people doing this? They're fixing the tracks in their hair. 36 inches. Ah! And it drives me fucking crazy. Derek asked if I was ever going to come back to Atlanta. I don't know. I'm trying to migrate towards the north. I like the north. I went to visit North Carolina when I was with that person, and I actually didn't want to come back to Baltimore because I just felt like, I had a rumbling in my stomach. I knew that things were about to change and things were so perfect. While he and I were in North Carolina, things were so perfect. And I just felt like things were about to change. And me and my sister had, mended our ways, and no Southern boys don't treat me right. Okay, bye, Michelle. No Southern boys don't treat me right. The brothers treat me right. That's what I like. I mean, I like men, but I like the brothers. That's just, everybody has a preference. And it tends to usually be younger ones that, ask me out. I'm not a cougar because I'm just so crazy attracted to younger guys. That's who asked me out. Guys my own age never ask me out. Unless it's a escort thing. And then it is what it is. Come on, you guys. Come with the questions. Don't be shy. I'm not shy. I've been prepared for this for several days. I've been looking forward to it. Let's see. If you want to ask me about politics, my thoughts on abortion, my thoughts on this, my thoughts on that, ask me. Let's have some discussion. Thoughts on drugs. You heard this rumor about me. Is it true? My previous relationship, there's a lot more. Have I ever had a threesome? Why, yes, I have. And I hate them. I had one last summer. And I was seeing a guy. And I was crazy about him. When me and my fiance first started dating, we had an open relationship. And before he and I started dating, we were really good friends. But I had been seeing this guy for quite some time. And even now, I'm like, hi, Guillaume. Even now, it's just like, But he said, he was having fantasies about me. And if you tell me you have fantasies about me, I'm like, oh, really? Well, And he said he had a fantasy of me with another transgendered girl. And I said, okay. He said, I want to have a three-way with you and another girl. I said, oh. I said, well, I don't do that. I'm too jealous. I don't like to share. Frank! I'm not a good girl. My good friend, Frank Ferruccio. Hello, darling. How are you? Tonight's to ask anything. Ask anything, Frank. Anything. Anyway, he said he had fantasies about me. So long story short, I arranged it. The girl I wanted... How can I put this nicely? I guess just come out and say the girl I wanted was a junkie. And she didn't have all this. The girl I had to get was a girl who looks... that someone is always going to get their feelings hurt. And if you really like the person, you shouldn't do it. Anyway, some more of you asking questions. There we go. It froze. It's coming back. It froze. It's back. Let's see. Derek says he has fantasies about me. Julian says, what drugs did I do? As of this viewing, I'm a good friend of a girl named Addie. I like her. She's my friend. Because I was waiting tables, and when you're a server, it's very, me as a server, I do really well when my friend Addie is visiting. Beyond that, I've done every drug. And the only one I have had issues with, hard. I had a bad habit with crack, but it got nipped in the bud because I was aging, and I wanted to have things, and I wasn't getting the things that people my age should be getting. But yeah, so Donnie says, "Was you born a man? I hope I don't offend you." Yes, I was born a man. Actually, I was born a female in the wrong body. I was born with too many female chromosomes. And in 1975, that didn't have the diagnosis that it does now. So even though I grew up that way, I never really thought of myself that way. And my family was never, they weren't surprised when all this happened. My mom just didn't like the kind of guys I dated. My mom was very supportive. I'm very lucky. Derek says, "What turns you on?" Chanel, Gucci, Prada. Those things turn me on. Versace, Gaultier, Lacroix. Those things turn me on, and I'm being totally serious. But in the sexual sense, what turns me on? Gucci, Chanel. I mean, I am what I am. As I get older, you need to stop. As I get older, laughing with someone is important. That's a big turn on when you can laugh with someone. But I'm pretty vain, and I like washboard stomachs. I like the swag. Those knees that go out that way. You know what I mean? They go out that way. That turns me on big time. And that line in between the stomach and the pelvic area, that turns me on. Thank you, Donnie. Derek says, "Do I like bald heads?" I like a certain head to be bald. I don't really think about it like that, Derek. I mean, I don't dislike them. Hey, Amber. How you doing? Hi, Deanna. David says, "When was the first time I was with a man?" Good question. That's a good one. Do y'all remember when I used to do these shows and I would put makeup on right in front of you? I'm about to fix this track right in front of you. I hope you can see my face. When was the first time I was with a man? A couple years ago. No. It was the summer in between 10th grade and 11th grade. And he was a baseball player. And he got kicked out. First of all, I always knew, that I never didn't really. Girls were my friends, not my girlfriends. But this guy, he was a year ahead of me. He had this caramel skin. He had the mullet, 'cause it was the 80s. He had a mullet. He was on the baseball team, and he was just even now, he was the most beautiful specimen I'd ever seen in my life. And I guess I used to stare at him a lot because he would catch me looking at him. And we became friends, because I kept looking at him. So he didn't get mad. He wasn't mad. He was a light-skinned black guy. And he got kicked out of his house one time. And my mom let him come over and stay with us. And nature took its course. I was 15, 16. So that kind of paved the way for what I liked physically. And when he went back home, he stayed with us for a few weeks. He went back home. He changed schools the next year, and I lost track of him. I have no idea whatever happened to him. But he was really beautiful. And we had a beautiful time together. And I didn't have sex for a really long time after that. I probably didn't have sex after that till I was like 22. Jojo Dancer, hey. Welcome. This is Hill Jane Unfiltered. This is ask me anything thing going on. I'm just going to fix my track real quick. In fact, I'm going to put the thing down here. How's that? In between my legs. Come on, we can get more controversial than that. So some of the questions that have been asked are, have I ever been with a celebrity? And the answer was yes. John Cena. What else do you want to know? The topaz, that was my engagement ring that I bought, that he put in a few dollars for, but I bought it. I hear that, though, that a lot of women actually buy their own engagement rings. Derek says, what's my favorite position? Riding it. David says, when did you start transitioning and dressing as a woman or as the beautiful one you are? Aw. So, I tried to get him on as a guest tonight. My best friend and I met when we both worked at a company called MCI. Oh my God, this is terrible. This track is just... When we both worked at a company called MCI. And I was, 22. It was in Greenville, South Carolina. And we were at a gay club. And I had been on the floor as a customer service rep for maybe 2 weeks. And in the club walks this beautiful goddess. She had blonde hair. She was tall like me. I was a boy, and she said, hey, everybody, and it was Marissa, but it was my friend Thomas, whom I worked with, and I just thought she was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. She was a drag queen, though. She wasn't trying to be real. She looked real. Back then, I don't know what's happened these days. Back then, the drag queens, the thing was to look real. I come from an era where we wanted to look real. But anyway... We became the best of friends. We became family. We moved together, lived together, and he taught me everything I know about makeup, about the way girls are supposed to act, around men and everything. And we really weren't crazy about gay bars. We liked going to the straight bars. We were both two tall girls who looked real, but it was different for me. Putting on a dress and putting on a wig was not just something I wanted to do on the weekend. It was not something I just wanted to do on a weekend. It was something I felt was inside of me. And I told him that. And he totally supported me. And we made a plan. We moved from Greenville, South Carolina to Atlanta, Georgia, where it was accepted, where you could live, you could get your hormones, you could go on hormone therapy, you could get your name changed, you could get your birth certificate changed. Atlanta was, back then, I don't know if it still is, Atlanta back then was like a mecca for that kind of thing. I don't know if it still is. Derek, is it still like that? That was the 90s. Fabulous time. Fabulous time to be a queen, the 90s. Fabulous time all around. The Clinton years, God, were they not fabulous? There was a club called Backstreet. Have I ever taken another girl under your wing? Showed the ropes. Yes, I have, too. The one who, I've got some videos on here with, where we're singing and pictures with. She's mixed. She's tall like me. She's interracial. But if I were to have a kid, she would look like that. But we just don't. We always end up getting in a fight. And the last time it turned physical. And so I'm not friends with her anymore. And then Jenna, who I hope will be joining soon. She would be considered probably my daughter, even though she's older than me. But she's going to be a guest on the show soon. I don't think she has time to, but yeah. She was a boy when I met her, and now she's a big, beautiful blonde. you know. And I taught her everything I know. I taught her most of what I know. What's the oldest man I've been with? 80-something. I mean, you want me to keep it real. I mean, don't think just because... How's this? God. Don't think just because, you know, I like... let me fix this filter because this is driving me crazy. It doesn't look right. Okay. What's the old... Yeah, the oldest person I've been with is in his 80s. You know, so you can probably figure out how I met him. I met him, I was webcamming. Yes, he was rich. Well, he was well off. I met him when I was webcamming. And I didn't believe that he was that age just because I was thought, wow, I don't think that people that age know about this kind of thing. Well, he did. And he was very generous, as we say. He was very generous. I think I moved into a new apartment because he paid for it. I can't remember. I saw him a few times. Who else? Donnie says, how old are you? How old do you want me to be? Derek says, how big are my tits? I am a 40G. So funny. Only the guys are asking questions. You guys have scared the girls off. They don't like those. How did I meet Cena? I met him at Backstreet. I met John Cena at a club called Backstreet. He had long hair. He was nowhere near as famous. Had gotten famous. He didn't have that killer body. He was nice. He was really nice and respectful. He's a nice guy. And he didn't want to leave when I wanted him to leave. He wanted to stay and hang out, but I had to go. I had things to do. So that's... Donnie says 45. Are you saying, am I 45? I don't know, am I? Maybe I'm 45. Maybe I'm 49. Maybe I'm 50. Maybe I'm 39. How old do you want me to be, baby? That's the one question that I probably know. Did I graduate 90, 92, 94, 89? How old do you want me to be? That's something, you know, the ladies in my family, it's like the miscongeniality portion of the pageant. That's not something that me and the women in my family aspire to. Telling our age is not something that we necessarily aspire to. Yes, I may have said it was 1975, but is it 1975? Maybe I don't know how old I am. My own sister doesn't know how old I am. The only person that knows how old I am would be my mother, and she's not here anymore. Because when I lived in Atlanta, I was able to bribe the clerk at the DMV to change my birth year. Okay. Hey, Susan. Good to see you. Derek says... Or somebody says, what's it? Do I like being spanked? It's okay. I prefer... I like that. So, Susan, this is an Ask Anything question. I know you're coming in just where it's getting heated. Ask away. Ask my opinion on something. Anything you want to know. I'll tell you my opinion or what happened to me or anything. Ask. Anything you've always wanted to know. I have no problems. They were asking me how old I am, and that's... David says, can you still come? Wow. Jesus Christ. But you know what? That's where I'm taking this show if I continue to do it. I want to be like a Dr. Ruth of the 21st century. Because... I mean, sex is important, and, you know, it is. Sex is important, and I like to have sex. You like to have sex. Can I still come? Okay, I'm going to be graphic. I don't shoot a load. I'm not sure how long you've been here. My orgasm is completely internal because I don't produce testosterone. So I have a female orgasm. And I'll tell you this, goddamn, when the gentleman does hit that spot, it sends me into, and there's no drug, there's no food, there's nothing that feels that amazing. And it's a mixture of up here and down there. The hormones do that a little bit, but I've had an orchiectomy. And if you don't know what an orchiectomy is, Google it. Orchiectomy. It's also known as castration. So, Derek says, is there any women, girls, celebs I modeled myself after? There are two main ones. Jayne Mansfield. Obviously, I'm Hillary Mansfield. Jayne Mansfield. That's my idol. That is Mariska Hargitay's mother from Law & Order SVU. That's Detective Olivia Benson's mother in real life. She was an actress in the 50s and 60s. If you want to get technical, she was probably second to Marilyn Monroe. She's blonde. All the women I love are blonde. But the one, I'm going to tell you some other girls that I admire. I don't know that I model myself after. Cherie Currie, the lead singer of the Runaways. I admire her. Belinda Carlisle from the Go-Go's. The actress Darcy DeMoss, who plays Patty in the movie Can't Buy Me Love. Shannon Doherty. But the other one is an actress by the name of Julia Roberts. And when I had my first plastic surgery session, my doctor said that I had the same bone structure as Julia Roberts. And I just been with that. Derek, you remember the spiral hair I used to wear? I just went with that. And hello, Julia Roberts. Do I take it and give it? What's my favorite? I don't know what you mean by take it, or I don't know what you mean by give it. I'm a girl. Can't, and don't do the other. I love Julia too. Hi, Fast Eddie. You met her. You knew her sister. Is that the sister that died? Did you met the sister that died? Yeah, because Julia's from Smyrna. I love Julia Roberts. And yeah, I'm a bottom because I'm a woman. My ex liked to get pegged, and I didn't even like that. I'm a woman. Keep them coming. I want to get some women to ask me some questions. By the way, do you like the ensemble? Completely see-through, by the way. I wish I could have some music on here, but I don't think I can. Can I? I'm going to try, because I've got my Bluetooth going. Oh, goodness. What in the world is this? Who knows what that is? What is this? Thank you, Julius. Ask some more. Susan, ask me something. What's your ideal first date? So, I'm a little different than a lot of women. Because if I don't get laid on the first date, well, obviously the guy doesn't like me. That's how I feel. And I've always been like that. I just know how men are. And a guy can say he's a gentleman till he's blue in the face, but men want to get laid. Let me find some music. Hold on a minute, you guys. I don't want to leave, though. It'll cut me off, and I don't want any of that to happen. Shit. An ideal first date. I love going to restaurants. I love fine dining. I love I don't know how you call it. This type of restaurants I work in. The Prime Rib here in Baltimore is a good example. Morton's. I like upper crust restaurants. Going to do that. I'm not really into movies. And then maybe walking downtown. That's fun. I like that. And usually I'm in heels and I'm uncomfortable and I'm bitching the whole time. And then coming back to my place or his face and, getting it on. Derek says, have I ever been with a girl? So, back in Hotlanta, there were some incidents where I had some menage a trois with particularly strippers, male strippers, and their girlfriends wanted to watch, and there was one who wanted to participate. They liked me, and I loved him. We went to his car and my car, and me and him were messing around. She was watching, and she really liked it, and he said, "Would the two of you kiss for me?" And I was like, and he said, "Just kiss," and I kissed her. And I have to say, and then I was playing Truth or Dare, and I was playing with a female stripper from the Cheetah, and the dare was for us to kiss, and I did. And I have to say, girls are really good kissers. But that's all I've ever done with a girl, is we've kissed. I've kissed them. And like the song says, her cherry chapstick. Girls are really good kissers. Am I still highly sexual turned on? Do I get turned on? Or what? What are you asking? Do I get turned on? Or what turns me on? Am I turned on right now? Is that what you're asking? My favorite food. I'm kind of, I'm Southern, so I'm a meat and potatoes girl, but I love Mexican. I like lamb. I like veal. I love asparagus and cabbage. Oh, do I still get? Yes. What do I? I don't know. I'm looking at my nose piercing. I still get turned on, but it's different. I don't get turned on like y'all get turned on. It's, sometimes I'd rather have a piece of pizza. I mean, my ex, it wasn't that much of a sexual attraction. I don't think I made him very happy in that department because I couldn't do the things that he liked. Do you hear what I'm saying? I couldn't do the things that he liked. Wow, it's true. And then when we would have intimate relations, I was always thinking, I feel like I'm with someone and this isn't what they want to be doing. Let me just come out and say it. I felt like I was with a gay man. And I've never dated a gay man before. And I felt like I was with a gay man. I think that maybe his ultimate thing is that he is uncomfortable with what he is. Because I don't think he's into women. I don't think he's into transsexuals. I think he's into men. Anyway. Hi, Nikki. Welcome. Hi, Brad. Ask me anything. Ask me why I keep touching my hair. Because my tracks are falling out. God damn it. So what happens when you do your tracks in the darkness? We were on, oh my God, it's just completely coming out. Imagine if, oh my God. Beer or alcohol of choice? I don't drink. The only thing I drink is champagne. And I don't drink that much. How big is this? Is it big, this track? I just may take it out completely. Cheap champagne. I like champagne. I like bubbly. I like Midori. And those are the only two things I like. I like sour things. How are you, love? So I was explaining what Hill Jane Unfiltered was earlier, and that this is Ask Me Anything, and the questions are really, really intimate. They're asking me all sorts. It's mostly guys that are asking me stuff, and they're asking me a lot of sexual stuff. So ask me anything, you know, my thoughts on this thing, whatever. Kindest, kinkiest thing I ever did. Oh, God. Wow, what haven't I done? What haven't I... You know, again, well, this is on my, let's see. Look what's on my, do you see that? So I get into that a little bit. I'm not a dom. I'm not a mistress. I call myself a countess because I'm counting this. But, you know, spanking the guys, and they like to take it to levels that I don't like. I'm not into leather or anything like that. But I know what my fantasy is. I just don't know who I could trust to do it. Hey, Frank, welcome back. Hi, Sean. How are you, love? I have a fantasy, and no one's asked me what my fantasy is, so I'm not going to say it till I'm asked. But, you know, it's pretty out there. I've had a few guys who have really known how to do this, and then some who are too scared to do it. But I've gone into that thing where I feel like I'm rolling on ecstasy because they're choking me so good, and we're also in the act. What's the nicest thing someone has ever done for you? Well, you know, God. I'm not going to get into, like, loaning money or anything like that, but when you're down, maybe they see how you're being treated by someone you're with, or how you were treated, or, you know, sending someone positive notes. My ex kept telling me how ugly I was, and how, you know, he even said that I should kill myself at one point. He said, you should just go ahead and kill yourself. And for someone who already has issues with suicide, that's really not something that you should tell people. So, things like that. What's the nicest thing someone's ever done for me? I mean, I've had... Someone got my car fixed once, and I didn't even know them. They were doing the pay it forward thing. Frank says, "Do I watch Pose?" I haven't watched this season, but I do like it. When I first started seeing it, I didn't believe that one of the characters, I didn't believe that she was actually transgender, the Puerto Rican girl. She is, but I didn't believe she was because she looks so real. It's good. It's very, what's that guy's name that makes it? It's very politically correct. I wish they'd get a little more down and dirty, because this lifestyle is down and dirty, but I like it. Hi, Dread Rasta. Hi, Micah. You cute little thing, you. David says, and here we go. Has my ex stopped harassing you? I was scared for you when that was happening. I was scared too, because I'd never seen that part of him. That's not the person I know. I was scared. Yeah, Ryan Murphy. I was very scared. But then I stopped being scared. And I came to say, what you gonna do? Because there's nothing you can do to me that you haven't done before. He was just bullying me. The verbal assault, I thought, was much worse. He's not going to touch me. And I'll go on record saying this. Because he's a pussy. And ain't nobody going to touch me. Ain't nobody going to touch me. Remember, I'm from the South. We have special ways of handling situations like that, don't we? But ain't nobody going to touch me. I'm not scared. It's kind of like the Tina Turner movie, What's Love Got to Do with It, when he brings in a gun. She's like, that's how I am now. And I have to say, everything that he put me through, there's nothing I can't handle. I can handle anything. I took out a protective order. I never went back. Just because I don't want to see him, and just because that's just not really my style to get the police involved. But the thing is, where I live here, they have a like a 13-month-old, and you did that. What are you thinking? Oh, crack is whack. Next. Pink or purple? Pink, of course. Pink, 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 pink. And lime green. I know they don't fit, but so what? That's my style. Hopefully he told him to fuck himself with a chef's knife for saying that. That was the final straw. You know, he said the ugly word too many times, and I finally just had to point out to him, have you seen the guys that I date? Have you seen the guys that call me and want to date me and want to give me money? I have 19-year-olds knocking at my door with money, you know, and you're a scrub, a 43-year-old scrub with chapped lips with a drug addiction. Nothing wrong with that. But clean yourself up. Control the drug. Don't let it control you. Oh, I sure could, couldn't I? Oh, that's nice of you, David. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, just bullies. Bullies. And like I say, you know, the video, I don't know if you saw the video where he's saying that. He never spoke that way or anything. And he just doesn't think anything he did was wrong. And I would own whatever I've done. I did nothing. He just went back to his ex, and his ex basically told him to prove that he wasn't into me. So he went out of his way to not only prove that he was no longer into me, but to ruin my life. He succeeded. He ruined everything. My sister and I were mending our ways. He ruined that. But so be it, because I'm strong. I can handle it. Me and my sister are fine. The job thing really got me. And there's also, I'm going to come out and say this, I think he fucked my car up. Somebody put something in the tank, and it got towed because it was broken down. And the tag may not have been legal, so I couldn't get it out of towed. Do you see where I'm going with that? So he fucked my car up too. Yeah. It's true. I like bad boys, but this wasn't a bad boy. I was friends with him for 2.5 years. I never saw this side of him. I was never attracted to him. We worked together at a restaurant, and he would flirt, and I'd be like, ew, ew, you're not pretty enough. I like him pretty. And then one day I'm downtown, and I see Michael B. Jordan walking towards me. The actor Michael B. Jordan. And it was him. And I was like, God damn, he cleaned up good. And he did. He looked really good. And he does have an amazing body. He's got an amazing body. But the face, you know, but he's too old for me. And I'm 1.5 years older than him, but he's too old for me. But yeah, you know, I'm kind of out of that bad boy phase. I'm kind of out of the relationship phase. I don't want to be involved that way with anyone. Ever. It's, I'm just not good at it. And I just rather have boy toys. You know, do what you want with them. Have fun. Call them a lift and get them the hell out. That's seriously. I don't mean to, you know. I just don't think it's in the cards for me to have a relationship. I don't think, like I said, I don't think I'm cut out for it. I'm too jealous of a person. I don't believe anything men say. And I'm just not attracted to nice guys. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. So what else? Frank, what's going on with Jane? Frank produced a movie, wrote it, called Diamonds to Dust. We were just talking about Jane. They asked me who my idol was. Frank produced a movie called Diamonds to Dust. The life and death of Jane Mansfield. My idol. She's so beautiful. That is Mariska Hargitay's mother, who plays Detective Olivia Benson on Law and Order SVU. And ooh, speaking of her, Frank, ooh, what's going on? Isn't it time for a nip or tuck or something? All that money, where's she spending it? But Frank made a movie about Jane Mansfield, Diamonds to Dust, the life and death of Jane Mansfield. Bye, Julius. Thank you. And it's really good. Most of the people that are in it are from like regional theater or something, so you might not. It doesn't necessarily have any superstars in it. The lead lady who plays Jane kicks ass, and I went in expecting to hate her, and I came out loving her. Facially, she doesn't really look a lot like Jane, but the body, but she had the voice down pat, and yeah. It's a good movie. Diamonds to Dust, The Life and Death of Jane Mansfield. It's available on Amazon. Frank, if you want to write a little note about where they can rent it, I think it's available for rent for free. It's a really good movie. It really is. And he put every penny that he had into that and his heart and soul. So my only regret is that I wasn't involved with it. I wish I had been. That's something that I truly regret, and I truly mean that, not just because he's here, but I love this woman, and it would have been. It's a great movie, but if I had been in it, at one point I knew more about Jane Mansfield than anybody, and the person playing her mother wouldn't have been playing her mother, but you know how it usually goes in life. He and I were having a rift, and I wasn't involved, but that's okay. You know, I was there in spirit, and it's a great movie, and I can totally see it as a viewer and everything, and you know, let's see. Someone else has said, oh, I missed some things. Let me go. Derek says, when was the last time I had sex? Friday night. Oh, thank you. The sexiest panties I own. God, I think I'm wearing them. They're blue. I think they're see-through. See if you can see them. Didn't mean to. Yeah, you can see them. Hold on. They're blue. It's they're like a bluish, yellowish color. I've got some neon green ones too. Yes, the person who plays Jane's mother in the movie is terrible. A terrible person, a terrible actress, terrible all around. You know. I probably would, you know what, had she was probably already cast, and maybe for budget reasons, if she had to say that, I would have loved to have been on set just to torture her. And torture her in ways that she didn't even know I was torturing her. That would have been so much fun. Yeah. Yeah. That would have been so much fun. And her fat-ass husband. You must have been, Frank, you must have been thinking, God, I thought I got rid of these people, and here they are. But you had to do it, you know, when you're doing something like that, you have to rely on people. And that you don't necessarily, we got to do what we got to do. I know. Believe me, I know. I do it every day. Webcamming. I mean, the things that they say, the messages that I get, my OnlyFans page. I mean, it's just, I don't like webcamming. Because you're sitting there. I take it to a different level. I'm very tongue-in-cheek. Make a lot of innuendos. I'm not there going, I joke. And it's a European site that I'm on. So it's really hard to get the motherfuckers to tip. And then when they do tip, the site gets 75%. But when you get that little question mark that says Skype, question mark, you're like, that means that the viewer wants to go do a personal show with you. And that's where the money is. So that's why I sit on the webcam for 16 hours a day, because I'm doing Skype shows and I'm charging those people. It's nice. I want to give a quick shout out. I forgot about this. I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Rico Steele, who I've been talking to on Instagram. Rico Steele, he is a former adult entertainer, male adult entertainer. He was in one of my favorite videos with a transgendered girl named Juliet Strayer, who I'm very fond of. She reminds me of me. The way she acts, not the way she looks, the way she acts. She acts just like me. But Rico is an actor in those films, and he stars with the girls. And he sent me a really nice video last night, and I'm very grateful to him for that. So, hey, Rico, I know you're not watching, but if you do tune in, because I told you to, what's up, baby? When we going to work together? Anyway, Derek says, you know Juliet Strayer. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The way she acts reminds me of me. I don't necessarily... The way she used to act, not the way she acts now. She acts like she's totally dumb. But yeah, she's got to be like a Z cup. Derek says, how tall am I with and without heels? It depends how big the heels are. I'm 5'11" and a half. I'm not quite 6 foot. I'm almost 6 foot. Yes, she ballooned up. The video that I like with her is with Rico. It's the guy. He's black. And, yes, she did steal my lips. She also is starting to use my, she's calling herself a tranny MILF. But I'm the cougar. And I created that. You know, I created the webcam model who's over 40. The tranny cougar. Because there's nothing to be ashamed of. I embrace it. At the age of 40-something, I'm being hit on by 19-year-old boys. Who can't? I love it. I love it. It makes me... And that's one reason I like young guys. They make me feel really nice. They make me feel good. Because I like all that. You know, bitch and, you know, baby. And here in Baltimore, they don't say baby. They say BB. Gerson? Hi. How are you? I can't believe you know. Well, of course you know her. Who am I talking to? Of course you know her. The others aren't as interesting as she is. She's actually got a personality, and there's something to her. I don't know what drugs she's on, but she's on something, and I've looked for scars. Here's where she and I differ. I guess she doesn't watch the videos when she's done, because there are some horrifying close-ups of her. She lets them film her in some positions facially that she should not be filmed in. And if I were to ever interview her, I would tell her and I would show her, don't let them get you from that. Because she lets them film her from, no. And don't do any, no. She's, she lets them film her horribly. Anyway. Who doesn't love what? Derek says he doesn't hit on me. He just flirts with fun. Well, yeah. All right, Frank, I love you. Take care. You better keep my oil painting of Jane that I want wheeled to me. I love you, darling. My mafioso. No, I mean, I flirt a lot, too. I know. You know, sometimes you're in a bad mood. And, you know, you also have to realize I was in a relationship with someone that I was very unhappy with. Rather was unhappy with me, and I knew it, and some days you just don't feel good. So what else? There seems to be a lull. Ask me something. Derek is the winner. Ask me something. Ask me, you know. Because if you don't ask me, I'm going to go eat because I'm starving. Did you guys get out and vote? I didn't. I registered, but I didn't vote. I'm not going to say that. Well, yeah, what's the point? Hi, Thomas. Good to see you. How are you? This is a Q&A. Ask me anything. And if you watch from back, I'm playing with my hair because my tracks are What do I like to do for fun? I like to shop. I love to shop. Even when I'm broke, I love to shop because it gets you excited about not being broke, or gives you motivation, inspiration. I went shopping the other day because I got my when I have webcam for 16 hours straight, and I was so surprised how fast I got. Usually I don't get paid that fast usually because it's a European site and it has to go through all these things you have to go through all these things before you get paid. And I got paid 2 days later. And you see that? That's Chanel. That's a Chanel bag. And that's my favorite thing on earth, is Chanel. It represents a lot to me. But I love to shop. I love to go out to eat. And I love to be in the company of guys. Derek says, what do I want for Christmas? Well, I want him to be about 22. I want his skin to be, chocolatey. I want him to have a six-pack. That's what I want for Christmas. Rico Steele, that's what I want for Christmas. How much were all of my surgery? I haven't had as much surgery as people seem to think I have. People seem to think that I just spend all my time in the plastic surgeon's office. I was a friend of Verna in Atlanta. Derek, you know Verna. I probably spent, first of all, a very small portion of my breasts are silicone. I grew to a G cup. When I was an A cup, I had them reduced to a small C. And then I got on hormones and they kept on growing. And since I had the orchiectomy, they've continued to grow. They grow even more now. So I haven't had as much surgery as people think. I don't know how much I spent. I know the guy spent $2,200 on my silicone for my breasts. Probably about $400 for my lips. Only thing I get done now, believe it or not, I get chemical peels. And those are like $120 to $195. So they take the layer of skin off your face. And that comes from years of hard living or passing out with your makeup on, which I still do. Before surgery, did I like getting BJs? Yeah. Yeah. It's pleasure. I like things that feel good. I like things that make me feel good. And I do a lot of what I like. Hi, Caitlin. He says, ask me anything. I'm just looking at the picture of Jane Mansfield. Thank you. God. Again, thank you to everyone who sent me messages, when that video. It is what it is. And then when I think about it, and some of the horrifying close-ups of me in that video, you know what's funny though? A friend of mine pointed out to me that even through my despair, my sadness, I'm doing this. I'm showing I show my boobs all the time. It's just such a habit. As a server, I'm often told that I wait on the guy first. I'll go up to the guy and, hey, welcome to so-and-so, what can I do? And then the girl, I'll go, and what can I get for you? You would love to hit that dude. Ditto. He deserves it. I have nothing nice to say about him. It was all an act. He used the hell out of me, and it's embarrassing at this age for that to have happened to me, and by someone who's unattractive. Keeping it real. It's embarrassing. So. But, like I say, it made me even stronger. So,
thanks everyone. It looks like it's coming to a lull. I've been on for over an hour. I'm winding down. I need to get out of this outfit. It's so uncomfortable. You guys take care. I'll let you know when I'm going to be back on. Maybe next week or the week after, but I'll definitely have a guest. So I think Jenna will be my guest next time. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for everyone who participated. It was fun. We have to do it again sometime. I love you too. You know, what I want to say to everyone is go out and get you some. I'm going to. Do you really think I'm going to eat?